Hey, it's Bridget. We're going to use the Journey Oracle Guidebook today by Kelly Fitzgerald. She is on YouTube. You can find her at The Truth in Story. On YouTube, I really like Kelly's work. She's a great intuitive artist and just a good card reader. Very good resource, very good resource. These are her cards. I love these. So I'll try to put a link below, the truthinstory.com website and The Truth in Story on YouTube. All right, this is a reading I did today. Here's how it started. I actually flipped a card. It was this one. This was the first card that came, the Winter. So these cards have multiple components to them. They have the beautiful artistry with the colors and the symbolism. So metaphor right there. You know me and my third eye. I love some metaphor and symbolism. She also actually has symbols that she created that goes along with this. There is an energetics here with the words, winter, energy, and also the reflect and plan, the vibration. It feels like, so this is like a core energy element. This kind of gives me a feeling of an energetic state or a vibe, okay? And then this gives me almost like a practical kind of how this applies to my human life. This feels like the energetics or the metaphysics. This feels like how it applies to my life. That's how this works for me. In this guidebook, so when you purchase this, it's an indie deck. So it's an independent deck, right? She's an independent artist. When you purchase this, you actually can purchase the book separately or you just get a PDF download. I purchased the actual book. So inside the guidebook, there is information about how to do the spreads and the energy and the suits. She kind of works with it almost like it's a tarot deck. To me, I interpret things very differently, as you well know, but then there's expression of different interpretations and an understanding of the art that goes along with each card. So if you need that or interested in that, go deep with this. I'm just going to interpret this the way that I'm going to interpret this, how it looks to me and how it fits to me. I'm also going to mention that she brings in, there's a kind of a grid in the back here that talks about the different energies and the cards and again the tools, the ways you can work with this. She also uses the oghams, which I love so much, where the sacred tree wisdom, and so there's also a dice that comes with this that you can use to get additional layers of information also in your reading. Okay, this is the first card that came. The other ones kind of fell all over the floor and they were kind of in a spread, so I put them together how they feel right for us today. This is where we're at right now. I'm doing this in the month of February 2022. It's still the winter here where I live. The energies here are very blue, very much blues. I'm actually wearing this kind of blue today. These energies connect with the water element and the format of the ice and the snow, which is covering over the earthy ground right now, which is water. Water connected to emotion, emotions that are unseen or below the surface. The energy of winter is often a time to go inward, to go into the cauldron of our bellies and to reflect. And this makes sense because the word in the actual human form is reflect and plan. This is just an acknowledgement of where we're at in this cycle, in this place. For all that we've been through the last few months and what lies ahead, this was a good place to start. This was the card that came up right. Then I got other cards, very interesting. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna need some water here. I'm gonna have to grab some water in just a second. I know this is weird because I'm holding my phone. This is gonna be a long reading. Just get ready for it. Get ready for it. I'm gonna pour some water here. And you're gonna hear this in the background. That's just the way it is. It's life. It's life in our creative expression in my greenhouse studio that I'm working in. I have some water here since we've been talking about water. Okay, interestingly, this was the next card, but it's in the wrong spot. The east should be on this side if we're looking at the directions, right, as a compass, but the fact that it's here also lends to the energy of east. The direction is actually connected to the fire element. The east energy is about sensuality, intimacy, intuition, intuitive intimacy. The energy of east is about exploring new assets or facets of ourselves, okay? But that said, the fact that it's in the west spot on this grid, it's in the west of a compass spot, the direction, west is about water. Water is about emotion. So the fact that east is over the top of west means, for me, that emotion, water, heart, is being overpowered by the fire, or fiery emotions. Fiery emotions. So fire and water work together. They are a sacred union, divine feminine, divine masculine. However, fiery emotions are to be expected right here, right now, wherever you're at. There's fiery emotions. I would highly recommend for us empaths, which we all are, very clairsentient beings, to try to chill a little bit when it comes to the emotional outbursts and things, and the emotional intensities, that they're just being amplified, and we might act a little more irrationally, and we would just cut yourself some slack here if you're feeling depths of emotion. The balancing to this would be this card here, which is actually connected to the sacral chakra and the solar plexus. Look at the colors. Orange, sacral chakra. Yellow, solar plexus. Very much connected with intimacy and intuition. This says disruption, and the direction is not clear. It's more of a diagonal energy, right? So it would be like a northeast energy, which north is the North Star, trying to chart your path, which feels like there's a disruption. So there's a question or a decision point. You can change your path or alter things if you choose to do so at this time. However, there will be something that will come in to disrupt whatever you are currently thinking about or working on. It could shake things up, but it feels like it's almost like an arrow, like it's going to zing you. Maybe it might take you off path, but it might also take you more in the direction of your dreams and your hopes and your mission and vision if you are clearly connected and aligned to what you desire. It's a good idea right now to affirm what you desire, especially moving into the next month. Then we have the fire card. This is at the center. This triangle for me represents truth. When I'm doing sessions and I see a triangle, it means truth. This is true, this is true, this is true. You can journal about what is true for you right now. Emotionally, what is showing up in your field or expressed from other people that is causing you to question yourself, what you know about yourself, who you are how you show up in the world. Not that they're just a reflection accurately back at you, but they're maybe a reflection of what you don't want. Or maybe they are a reflection of what the truth is or what it has been. That's the tricky part. What's the past and what's the present? That's a little bit of a vibe I'm getting with these 4 cards. What's the past and what's the present energy? Okay, what's the past and what's the present energy? This is tricky, okay? What is true, what is true, what is true before and what is true today. Very different reflections, very different energies. This fire energy is connected to Kali Ma. Kali, creator, preserver, destroyer, the sacred phoenix, energetics rising. So this card is called Fire and Creation. The red is connected to the root chakra, grounding the energy down, which is good in the center. We're grounding our energy even though it's fiery and it's turbulent and uncertain and fire emotions and zing, maybe pulled off our path, or zing, slingshotted closer into what we really purely desire and want, and unexpected disruption might actually push you closer to your dreams being realized than you intended. It might look like a challenging circumstance or situation at first, or a very problematic scenario. However, it's going to get you more closer, more quickly to exactly what you want. So solidify what you want. Creation. What do you want to create? Create through intent. Create through intent. All right. So now we have this other piece. So if this was the below, this was the above. As above, so below. Now here, let's see. This is about that. This is really fiery, right? This is about energy, stuff moving below the surface. Let's see what's above now, what we already know and see, and what is showing up and reflected in our external world. We've got this card here, right above the east energy, even though it's on the west side. Elder maturity, which tells me that it might not be a sign of maturity, okay? It might actually be the opposite of that. Since we have the east in the direction of west, this tells me, and it's a reflection of, that whatever scenario is going on, it might look like somebody is acting very mature, or this is a very responsible choice or decision. However, it might very well be the opposite. It might not be a solid, rational choice. It might be that instead of the solid, rational, mental mind agreement, making sense choice, it is more so to go inward, to go in and trust your soul, the depths of your intuition and your knowing, and what your spirit wants for you, the true joy or happiness that you seek. I know it's risky, and the elder, the mature wise one, says, oh, it's risky. It's risky, but the wise woman energetically says, it is risky, and through contemplation you will know what is right for you. Do you notice how these colors are very similar? So the reflect and the plan, that is the energy true of the wise woman. However, the vibration here with this web is a grid of support. This energy here is connected to the mind and understanding that your thoughts have probably been trying to, at times, derail you or self-sabotage you. But this spider, this divine feminine, the creative energy, you've been thinking about this for so long. So long. You know exactly who you are and what you want. It is time to trust that, to lean into the web of creation, to support the connections. And if you feel like you don't have connections or support, it's time to get them. Get a counselor, get a life coach, get a healer, go to a massage therapist, get a chiropractic adjustment, go to a nutritionist, go to the doctor, get a checkup, start a walking program, read a new book that gives you insight, start a journaling practice, maybe do some meditation, maybe use some essential oils. There are so many things you can do to just simply begin to support yourself to build this web of connection that you so deeply desire and need as you move forward. Now, the opposite of this, I do feel like there's a sense of immaturity here. I do feel like there's a childlike quality that can bring fun, muse-like quality, but I feel like it's actually this is tricky. I don't want to say a manipulation. I hate that word. But it feels like the mind might be trying to trick you into doing what is safe and solid versus what your heart and soul desires. I just really need to say that out loud multiple times. Just be aware of this. The opposite of this is this card here, helping to balance things out, is the energy. Look at the same, it is the same base core foundation. You are the same tree, right? It's just in a different season. This is springtime. Look at this energy, the greenery. This is March, this is the spring equinox energy, right? The word is conception. It's a fresh start, new beginning. The word conception is here because you're beginning, creating, right? And spark. This is the light of hope that comes through. I feel like this is the heart-based energy here. It might be solar plexus, but I feel like this is when I see this circle, I see body, mind, heart, and soul. That's what I see. And when I see this filled in here, I feel like it's a piece that is the focus. It doesn't feel like it's missing. It's actually the focus. It's highlighting it to me. That's how I interpret this. And to me, this feels like, the spark feels like solar plexus, but the whole energy of this feels like heart-based. So very much heart-based in the spring, energetically. And this was the winter, and this is the spring. And the winter brings wisdom, and the spring brings rebirth and a spark of life. Do you see? There is no web here. It's not because it's not here. It's because you're starting fresh again. You're starting anew. You're renewing your commitments and connection to that which is new and fresh and beginning and ideas and the good vibrations of hope and inspiration. Then to top it off, we have this card, the third road. There's always a third option here. There's always a third option. There's not just winter and spring. There's always other options like summer or fall. There's always another option. There's always another option. It's not this or this. It's this or this or this or this. And oftentimes this represents the wholeness, the encompassing energy. The third road, the third option. This is the night sky represented. The arrow goes straight up into the north. The energy of the North Star setting your course. The energy of the full moon and her divine feminine wisdom is here and present, even in the darkness. This is a tree. It's hard to see it. It doesn't look like this or like this. It's in the darkest shadows of the night. Around the edges. Edges do not have to be sharp. razor sharp or thin. They can be soft and fluffy like a blanket. They can be a place where you can feel yourself walking in between the worlds, moving back and forth in a sacred dance, understanding that you are actually co-creating your human experience through your energetic understandings, the things that you don't know consciously, but that you dream about or have visions of or understand in your metaphysical energetic body. The edges. It's an interesting place to be. It's where expansion happens and growth occurs. It can be painful. It can be enlightening. It can be inspiring and exuberant and life-affirming. There are always other options. There are always other options. All right, so now I have one more card that I have not flipped over. This one fell out as well. We're going to put it in the center. All right, this is for you. Are you paying attention? This is for you. The moon energy. Oh, that connects to this very much. Actually, it almost feels like it should be up here. I'm going to put it in the center, though, to calm this energy. Building. The waxing moon. Do you see the water? So much divine feminine energy. It's probably looking a little purple here on this video, but it's a little gray and blue tones. It's very mysterious. It's a part of the whole of the bigger picture, because you only have one piece at a time. It's like one nail, one board, one paver that you're going to step on at a time, one step. Like, it's that imagery of the staircase, and you only see one step at a time, because that's all you need to do is focus on the now, the right here, the right now. We're going to put this right in the middle here. We're going to honor this divine feminine energy. I'm going to ask for your spiritual helpers aligned with your healing team, your highest good, the energy of God, creator, source, and universe, and cosmic consciousness, to galvanize the energy of support and love for you so that you can access peace as you are traversing whatever you are moving through in your life at this time. Know you are held, you are loved, you are safe, and you are sacred. A beautiful being of light. You are love. You are love. All right, so this is Bridget. We've been reading from the Journey Oracle deck by Kelly Fitzgerald. Again, that's Truth and Story on YouTube or truthandstory.com as well. I hope I've inspired your spirit today, filled you with some hope with this divination tool of a card deck. They're easy to use. Cards are easy to use. They are just one additional level of support for you. Thanks for watching.